Got to keep an eye on the flagman as well.
They're not going to make it. Oh, crash!
And the red and black flag was out. None of them made it back, and on top of that, the big one right here in the tri-oval.
Holy cow.
Remember, Landon Castle took off first. He's in it. Hard contact. There's Daniel Suarez. Blake Cook, the 8 car. Dale Jr. is able to drive through it.
In the season opener, like I said, in 3 hours and 20 minutes. And here's Kyle Busch, who says, there's 12 more. I really don't have to worry about.
That's tongue-in-cheek. I don't think he's clapping for that. See that Carlos Contreras, that black car in the middle of the racetrack right there was slow. And see, Kyle Larson's going to squeeze Blake Cook.
I think
that's actually
Suarez was trying to get through the middle, and he just misjudged the room he had to make that move and cause that crash. That was a rookie who was trying to understand exactly how to go about qualifying here at Daytona under this format, and was in a position, got himself in a position that he couldn't get out of. You could see he just cut up, clipped the front of Blake Cook's car, and caused the big crash.
Was trying to get in behind Kyle Larson in the 42 car. Didn't quite have the clearance.
Prior to today, the only place where... Oh, big trouble. That's the rookie Suarez up and over Regan Smith, the big one at Daytona in the tri-oval.
Turned us right there.
And it looks like he just gets him in a bad spot right there, and he just got behind in his steering.
Yeah, he got too far to the right, and coming off of the corner right there, that car unloads as you come off of that banking, and it just took just a little bit too much. And that's that window that you have to push. And if you get outside of the center of that back bumper, the way that the front and back bumpers are curved, it's going to spin that car out.
Oh, into the wall goes the 10, and 10 is hit as well as she was coming back down the track.
Danik on the outside of Newman.
And around she goes. Didn't look like there was contact there, but could have been earlier.
I have to believe there was contact the way she turned around quickly. Here comes David Ray, nowhere to go. He did nothing wrong.
Right here, I think, is the best shot. You have the 31 underneath the 10. The 31 just moves up. I didn't know if the 24 get into the 31, but at that view, it seemed clear to me that there was no contact. Jeff was just turning underneath the 31. The 31 got in the corner deep.
Yeah.
Between the 31 and the 10, there was definitely contact. Whether the 31 came up or the 10 was coming down, that's what makes this corner so difficult, Jeff, because what's the line? You can't follow the dotted line. What's the natural line of the cars into the corner?
Yeah, Danik was expecting Ryan Newman to go all the way down to like the left, put the left sides closer to the yellow line. She was protecting that spot, trying to, arc in the corner, and just Ryan Newman thought, hey, you're not coming down that far. So Ryan Newman didn't do that on purpose, but ultimately it looked like Ryan did not give her the room that she was expecting.
Oop. Oh, we got a crash.
Crash. Big. Well, yeah, it started to get big.
Oh, it's big now.
It got big. And the 2 gets woed up, and the 3 kind of gets woed up, but then you see Carl Evans goes back up the track, and here comes Brian Scott with a full head of steam, makes big contact with the back of the 19.
And Kenseth cleared by Logano. Maybe no. Kenseth takes him out. Logano into the wall. Caution comes out and the crowd roars. Helmets coming off of the crew members of the 20. And we have to remind you why this is happening.
Stay in the car.
A couple races ago at Kansas, Matt Kenseth was leading. Joey Logano running second. You can tell how the fans feel about it. The red flag is out as they will have to clean the track up. A couple races ago in Kansas, the team told Joey to stay in the car, but obviously Joey out of the car, not able to continue on. In the latter laps of the race at Kansas, Joey Logano had a faster car than Matt Kenseth. He got behind him. He bumped him going into turn 1. He turned Kenseth around. After the race, Kenseth said, "That's not the way I want to be raced. Now I know how he races me."
Oh, problems here. Every pit road. And going over the double jump as the 15 just launching the truck into the sky as Mason Mingus. Look at all the damage left behind. I mean, he got all 4 wheels off the ground. Watch how fast he came in here.
Just coming in too
fast
hot
on entry. I don't know if maybe the brakes didn't. It seemed like the brakes got to working good right before he hit the grass. Look at that thing ramp up in the air. A really difficult pit road to get to, Phil, because it's right way around the turn. So, but that wasn't even close.
Sure wasn't. A lot of damage to Mason Mingus' truck as well, as you see Timothy Peters go by.
Eric Jones around. Back across the field. The big one, part 2 at Daytona.
Yeah, they can't do this.
Stay high.
Nice straight. Did anybody hit you there, Cal?
A horrific crash for Kyle Busch, who slid through the infield grass and went head on into the inside wall. And you see Kyle here being tended to by medical officials. And he is alert and obviously talking, and that's a great sign.
Oh, we got one moving into the, we saw this on pit road early. Casey Kane hits the inside wall and knocks it down. Saw some guys' helmets that were sitting up there. So a problem with Casey Kane's car. Goes onto pit road and the caution's out.
He's coming off turn 3, approaching the front straightaway. You can see Casey's all by himself, gets loose. Same thing we saw with Jeb Burton the other day, almost in the same tread marks. Can't get the car all the way spun out. Now I'll be honest with you, he's long for the ride, trying to keep from hitting the inside wall, but there's just no stopping it at this point.
And as you mentioned, 2 days in a row now, we have seen something similar to this. As I mentioned, some of the things that were sitting on pit road, crew members will put their helmets on pit road waiting before they have to go out there for a pit stop. And we've seen on these replays some things flying, one of those being a helmet.
And this actually happened between Travis Quapple's pit and A.J. Allmendinger's pit. You can see a piece of Casey Kane's car physically embedded in the wall. You can't get it out. And if you look on the backside here, it's actually come through the other side as well. The wall did buckle a little bit. Everybody down here, first of all, we should tell you, is safe. Everything is fine. As you mentioned, guys, those were helmets just sitting on the wall. Everybody got out of the way in plenty of time. Nobody down here injured at all. A lot of scattering. Brandon Nagdowski, the track president, is down here checking this out.
Well, first I was like, I can't believe I'm clear over here this late in the corner, and then all the way to the left heading towards pit wall. And then I saw the people. I was like, man, you guys better take off running, like get out of the way. I didn't know. Yeah, I hadn't done anything like that before, so it's kind of crazy.
Problems. Huge hit for Kennedy. The 11 up on the safer barrier. Down off the wall it comes to a grinding halt in the middle of the racetrack.
I'm okay. Hard hit.
See, he's racing on the inside of David Gillen. They make a little bit of contact. You see John West Townley was on the outside. He's going to run right into the side of him and kind of lift that truck up a little bit. Got into the catch fence. For the second week in a row, we've had a vehicle in the catch fence. But again, the catch fence did its job. It kept that truck down on the racetrack, and you see it riding along the top of the safer barrier.
When they got to turn 1, Phil, I think they were 3 wide, and Ben probably thought that's a difficult angle for the spotters to see as well. And I think that Ben probably thought, wow, look how close that truck comes to going over. Probably thought they were just too wide, and he had room to move up a little bit for the corner.
That's what it looked like.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. to the bottom of the track. Jr. will win at Daytona. And the big one happens behind them.
Oh my God.
Of Austin Dillon into the catch fence. All the crews getting out to that car to assist these drivers. Thumbs going up from all the crew members, and the crowd roars. Look at the catch fence on the front straight. What an incredible sight to see Austin Dillon walking away from that 3 car that is demolished.
Yeah, Yeah, the 11 gets kind of stuck in the middle there and comes across the Ford's bumper. As he does, he spins back in, gets the 3 airborne, and he just gets projected off the other cars right up into the fence.
He went from the bottom of the racetrack over 2 rows of cars and into that catch fence.
Here we go. You can see him on the bottom. Rex starts in front. He runs in the back of the 24. Gets up on the 11. Now he's on top of the 50.5. And now it's just along for the ride.
Yeah,
watch the car stop. Watch the car stop. It gets into those poles, and it goes from, I don't know what, 180, 190 miles an hour, I'm just guessing, to a complete stop. That is unbelievable.
And it looks like that's 3,500 pounds. That stock car is extremely heavy. You see here, after he's upside down, the 2 is spinning. Obviously, he's already lost control, makes more contact with the 3.
Hang on. This will be a wild ride. That was Tony Stewart going underneath the 3.
There goes Daniel Suarez, Joey Gase, Ryan Reed, John West Townley, all involved as the leader started to come down pit road. Brendan Gaughan was sideways on the pit lane. Number of drivers coming down pit road. Brendan Gaughan, you see here, colliding with the pit sign holder of the 98 of Eric Almirola. 2 pit crew members were hurt on that 98 team. One of them taken to the infield care center and released. Another taken to a local hospital for further evaluation. That's the latest we have on that situation.